When I sing to the river, the river sings back to me.
Find the fire.
I can hear the voices calling.
Take things into your own hands to take
From the time when time began. I can feel its cooling water, turning rocks to grains of sand.
The first people of America wove strings and strips of leather, beads and feathers around a hoop made from branches of wood. They called it a dream catcher. It captured the hopes and desires of the heart in its mesh and kept them safe for the dreamer. Poets from every corner of the world saw and recorded the living experience of humans in an effort to preserve events and emotions. These poets sought to validate and remember those events and emotions so they could put forward into the future. Singers wrote and sang songs that carried good news and sad tales. They told stories of the great and small, of beauty and horror, of shouts of joy and wails of tears. From the painting of the caveman to the modern masters, artists have tried to capture moments in time so they could be shared and debated. We dance to release our spirits and celebrate the wonder of life and living. To better understand themselves and their world, men and women created gods and myths and fantastic stories that they celebrate and honored with a thing they would name holidays. These holidays were often an excuse for excess, but at their core, they were a reason to laugh and sing, to dance and share with others and remember. Remember, a word that suggests something was at first whole and then taken or torn apart. When friends and family gather, it is an act of remembering. When grandparents tell stories of their grandparents to their grandchildren, they connect them to the past, present, and future and place value on remembering and memories. There is an African word, Sankofa, that means go back and fetch it to me. There is an African American spiritual that implores the listener to go to the rivers of the world and be renewed and find comfort. Singers and storytellers, history painters, poets of courage, and dream weavers make us know and understand why humankind celebrates great holiday traditions.
One. Darkness as light as the depth of the soul being forged through all that is sad. 2. Heaven, a place called earth. Look between the waters, find eternal joy. 3. See the boundaries of land and sea. See green trees. See green land. 4. The sun and her siblings are timekeepers. 5. Pisces, Aves, Reptilia, and Mammalia. 6. Gather the dust. 7. What you have is holy. Holy nostril, holy living soul, holy person, not alone. Give me a part of yourself. Join it to my side. Stay in this den of tree and brush, of ocean and river. Call it garden. Eat from the tree. Never mind the serpents. Pray for our enemies like their redemption means our life. Violate not this command, this red tape, this plot twist, this universal arm bending at the place justice was crucified. Its blood spilled out for you and me, eagerly waiting to see its glory. 8. We wait to see its glory.
Lizzie Lewis, Frank Lewis,
1510,
Henry Lewis,
1520,
Mary Lewis,
1530,
Beanie Colleton,
1540,
Gus Colleton,
1550,
Rosa Colleton,
1560,
Hannah Thomas,
1570,
John Thomas,
1580,
Eleanor Asbury,
1590.
Alabama, Tennessee to the north, Georgia to the east, Florida to the south, Mississippi to the west. Economic hardship, agriculture, cotton, 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 tobacco, cotton, white rule interests, cotton. Since before 1900 through the 1960s, urban interests in African Americans, underrepresented, disenfranchised. The state economy in the 21st century is based on management, automotive, finance, manufacturing, aerospace, mineral extraction, healthcare, education, retail, and technology. An economy built on cotton, built on slaves. Alabama Yellowhammer State, Alabama Heart of Dixie State, Alabama the Cotton State, Alabama Longleaf Pine and Camellia, Alabama Montgomery, Birmingham, Huntsville, Mobile, French colonist European settlement, Alabama slavery, Alabama fertile ground for the surging cotton crop, Alabama, major destinations for slaves. Settlers come from North Carolina, settlers come from South Carolina, settlers come from Georgia. Settlers come for cotton, cotton, cotton. Settlers come for cotton.
This once was the land of endless plenty, with riches enough for the many. The world's downtrodden and the poor were told, in this land the streets were gold. Millions came, the young and old, to looking for a trail and a way through, looking for a place where the people of the world would be made new. They came as the needy grew wasteful and greedy. Far from the light they wavered and wandered. Something always blinded their sight, left them lost in the dark of the night. Around them the winds of greatness did swirl, but their sails will never unfurl. This grain of sand will not be a pearl. That's the human way. That's the human way. The way of the world.
From this land of opportunity, a better life beckoned and called. To this land came the masses, the high and low classes. They brought hopes, dreams, and customs. They came open and trusting, looking for a trail and a way through, looking for the place where the people of the world would be made new. Far from the land of their birth, they gave love and blood to the earth. They worked and they waited, full of courage and patience. The winds of greatness did swirl. They prayed, mainsail unfurled. This grain of sand will be a pearl. That's a human way. That's a human way. The way of the world.
There's a spirit born to you and me that drives us to tame the tides and winds. If you give us a chance, we'll dance the wrong dance. We'll fly. That's the human way. 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 America's time is human way. America's time is past. America's time is past. America's time is past. America's time is past. It's the human way. America's time is the human way. The way of the world.
Light 3 candles on a lunar eclipse. It is in Gemini, so you pick purple, pink, and white. Don't write down your feelings. Don't think or cry or buy stuff off the internet. Just sit with yourself in the burning candles and listen. To what? For what? I guess it's just for us to know, to find, and figure out. When the itch comes around, don't forget to blow them wicks out. And the smoke will cloud up your nostrils, but you won't choke. You'll just fan it away so the smoke alarm won't trigger and ruin the tranquil, the calm, the placated moment that memorizes and pacifies. And we can be thankful for all the moments where we are relieved to know who we are, for we are joy raining down.
When I studied my ABCs and learned arithmetic, I also learned in public school what makes America tick. The kid in front and the kid behind and the kid across the aisle. The Italian kid and the Polish kid and the girl with the Irish smile. The colored kid and the Spanish kid and the Russian kid my size. The Jewish kid and the Grecian kid and the girl with the Chinese eyes. We were a regular Noah's Ark, every race beneath the sun. But our motto for graduation was one for all and all for one. The kid in front and the kid behind and the kid across from me. Just American kids together, the kids in school with me.
The hood. With concrete fists, crack glass jaws. Guns aim, remind me of Uno card games, red and blue draw fours, the hood. Poverty stricken, criminal thinking. Through frustration, tension builds. Wrong place at the wrong time can get you killed because in the hood, the so-called protectors of peace can make you a victim. The Klan gets their wishes Oscar granted, and the pigs ring Sean bells in celebration. The hood, where bullets have no sense of direction, lead pierces through the flesh of innocent women and children. But if the guns don't kill us, the drugs can. If the drugs don't kill us, our diets can. So much stress leads to blood pressure tests. We put more money into rims than paying our rent. Young girls can't recognize what a gentleman is since being chivalrous no longer exists. And I'm from Providence, a small city in the smallest state where the youth gets caught in an even smaller mind state. As I heard a girl once say, she never leaves the South Side, I realized her ideology of the whole world is condensed in the length of a walking distance. Trapped minds still has us believing salted wings can't fly, and we never exceed past the death in front of our eyes. So as this pen meets the page, I try to lyrically show the youth more. As I hit the stage, I stretch my vocal cords till my throat is sore. So my rhymes aren't filled with tricky metaphors, it's filled with divine purpose for uncovering false surfaces, using melodic cadences. But I'm no rapper, writing rhymes over hard beats. I'm a spoken word MC. I flow to the music of my heart's beat to show the ghetto if Shakespeare were alive today, he'd be an MC. Annoyed with these literary scholars, but he'd listen to Jay-Z spit in ciphers with Most Def and Talib Kweli, rap on wax and do tracks with Eminem, pushing the limits to say the unsaid. So I agree, hip-hop is dead because it died before it began. Its existence is a reincarnated reflection of the past where sonnets became lyrics, spit with rhythm over beats, ideas like to be or not to be. That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortunes, or to take arms against the sea of troubles and by opposing end them, became a song called Oh man, homie, my mind is playing tricks on me. So I call forth all my brothers and sisters, backpackers and hood rappers, for a new state of mind. A state of mind that sees how Romeo and Juliet reflects and connects to the Bloods and Crips. A state of mind of kids that can read Moby Dick and see Herman Melville wrote the coke game before it was cocaine. But to find it, you have to dig deeper than just words on a page. See, this is poetically spoken. I use these words to open minds.
I dedicate this to my mom, Bishop Mary Thomas, and my dad, George Thomas, and my uncle, Bishop Roosevelt Campbell. In 2020, I lost my mom, and something wonderful happened, actually. In spite of that, I just simply woke up. And this song is a tribute to them. And so I've decided to do this song a cappella because I want everyone to feel and experience it. And so this song is called My Walk, and it's dedicated to my family. I used to see it on my ass. Life just would pass, but then something changed. It's me, you're right. Remember the party ciphers and round midnight nights turned to daylight, but then something changed. It's me, you're right. Now you're looking at one of God's divine creations, fantastic and new. I finally believe in me, all right. Oh yes, I'm free. Finally to believe in me, alright. So hard to do when believing in you is new, so new. Was never head of the class. I sucked at math. It built no self-esteem in me. All right, well, I was looking for purpose, something to hang on to, ignoring all the gifts given to me. Oh, special me. All right, well, now you're looking at one of God's divine creation, fantastic and new. I finally believe in me. All right. Oh, yes, I'm free. And finally I believe in me, all right. It was so hard to do when believing in you is new, so new. And now you're looking at one of God's divine creation, fantastic and new. I finally believe in me, all right. And now you're looking at one of God's divine creation, fantastic and new. I finally believe in me, all right. Well, now you're looking at one of God's divine creation, fantastic and new. Confidence was good on me and you, all right.
Brightness is not brilliance, and that is how I find safety. By embracing the dark that shrouds and surrounds, and ultimately grounds me within, right down to my roots. I don't want to talk about lightness anymore. Don't want to bring it through, or be it. I'm sick of trying to carry refractions, just to let them slip out my grasp. Believe what you want, but it's the light that is heavy. Dark is vast and spacious, but far from empty. Darkness weighs nothing, though it'll wrap itself around you. It will carry you. Darkness carries me, and I am not afraid, drifting into it, drifting unto it. It is nighttime. It is knowing. It is the new moon. It is showing. Floating here in black space, I can see the shadows, the outlines, the meaning, the scattering ghosts that flutter in and out of my periphery. I see everything that is coming at me, all that is intended and all that is not.
I dream a world where man no other man will scorn, where love will bless the earth and peace its paths adorn. I dream a world where all will know sweet freedom's way, where greed no longer saps the soul, nor avarice blights our day. A world I dream where black or white, whatever race you be, will share the bounties of the earth, and every man is free. Where wretchedness will hang its head, and joy, like a pearl, attends the needs of all mankind. Of such I dream, my world.
March is a maddening month. March winds blow away the chills of winter and usher in the buds of spring. March is the cadence that locks the hearts of men and women as they prepare for war. March is what those who believe in justice must do for their voices to be heard. March is the progress of something moving inexorably onward. March is a call to action that says, listen to the rhythm of life and move quickly because the false promise of a new month is coming fast. March is what men and women do when they must find unity and direction. March when you cannot go back again to the past. We march when we no longer have a choice but to fortify and defend ourselves.
Ain't gonna let nobody, Lordy,
Turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody, Lordy, turn me around. Keep on walking, keep on talking, and marching up to freedom land.
ain't gonna let segregation, Lordy,
Turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let segregation, Lordy, turn me around. Keep on walking, keep on talking, and marching up to freedom land.
ain't gonna let race hatred, Lordy,
Turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let race hatred, Lordy, turn me around. Keep on walking, keep on talking, and marching up to freedom land.
ain't gonna let nobody, Lordy,
Turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody, Lordy, turn me around. Keep on walking, keep on talking, and marching up to freedom land.
ain't gonna let nobody, Lordy,
Turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody, Lordy, turn me around. Keep on walking, keep on